next up we have Steve.
This one's actually not bad. It has text that you can actually, see. You can resize it as well. It's great. I feel like this is part of a series that I've been working on for a long time. It's called an out-of-body satire. An act of de-revolution, killing measured time, timing drops of life slipping by. In court on charges of missed opportunities, unfulfilled promise, a lackluster attitude, the murder of potential. Remarkably brief coroner's report remains unfinished. No body. Defense of total bullshit is cited for incitement, but no one can remember the safe words, so the stenographer remains chained upside down. A juror texts, "Call me when you finish looking up distaff in a dictionary again, fuck to a former loved one." The prosecution doesn't so much rest as drool insensate. The defense countersues on appeal, nobody listens. Everybody now is filled with impartial hate. The magistrate hangs oneself modestly as the gallery is distracted by a falling tree in a forest in Lithuania on someone's smartphone. 6,748 likes and no comments in a language you cannot read, which really pisses you off. The internet is meant to be in English. Justice is blind, deaf, dumb, and often distracted. "Where is the gavel?" somebody asks with a strange hope in their voice. And I write this in hindsight, not to explain the human condition, simply to kill time. Watch myself blurring around the edges, and no one replies to the distaff text. Well, I have the device though. I'm gonna try to film this for Phil. Or not. Does anybody remember Phil Norton? Yeah. I mean, it's not like he's dead, he's just in Japan. But we haven't seen him for a while. And he had this book and CD called Everything Must Go, which has some wonderful classics in it, including BeatPoet. If you know it, sing along with the chorus. Jimmy is walking down 17th Street, Avenue, Parkway, Boulevard, minding his own business, trying to stay out of trouble, when he sees at his feet a poem. And this poem, if you can believe it, looks exactly like a bottle of Victoria Bitter. And the poem says, "Warning, may impair judgment." It says, "Warning, may impair judgment in pregnant women who smoke. Warning, may impair judgment in ambulance drivers and flight attendants. Warning, may impair judgment in young boys with no future and nothing but shotgun dreams. Stop, don't." But Jimmy downs the poem in one and throws the bottle into the gutter where it explodes into a firework of gold glass. And Jimmy says, "Ooh." Jimmy says, "Ah." Then continues on down to the corner where he sees an old man standing on a milk crate. The old man is just gesticulating wildly, waving his hands, pointing up at the stop sign. He starts tugging on his beard, slapping his head, grabbing his coat, and flapping his arms like wings. Then with the help of his fingers, he raises an eyebrow. He looks at Jimmy and he says, "Everybody get in the lifeboat. Everybody get in the lifeboat. Everybody get in the lifeboat, 'cause this ship is going down." Jimmy pays the man no heed and crosses the street. When he comes to the next corner, he sees a young lady, and she's hardly wearing more than the shadows of the lamplight. She motions to him, "Come closer, come closer," and she whispers softly in his ear, 15 minutes for $15. 15 minutes for $15, because Phil is old. And Jimmy thinks, what a judicious correspondence between time and money. 1 to 1, hand in hand, ring around a rosy. So the lady ends up $15 richer, Jimmy is 15 minutes poorer, no one is any the wiser. Then while Crossing the next street, Jimmy stops to pick up yet another poem and is hit by the 507 crosstown bus. Hit by the big bus broadside. Bye-bye, Jimmy. Now, you might think, had Jimmy heeded the warnings, left the poems alone, listened to the old man, or just been 15 minutes earlier, things might have been different. But it's not always so simple. Sometimes you catch the bus. Sometimes the bus catches you. Everybody get in the lifeboat. Everybody get in the lifeboat. Everybody get in the lifeboat. Oh yeah, because this ship is going down. Phil Norton.
So nice to hear some words by Phil Norton, because I was just thinking about him because I haven't seen any posts from him for ages, and noticed something today, and Steve does a poem. Wow.